You know, it's really funny to think that we're in control. We search and we look at our life and we believe that we are the creators and the authors of our destiny. But I would offer to you, in the grand scheme of things, we're really not in control. There is a being and his name is God, and he is in control of our life, and he dictates how things happen and where things happen and the timing of things. And the thing about it is the timing of God is usually and most often different than our timing. And even some of the things that we desire from God, they're different than what God desires for us. I've told you before that I believe that we are all created to solve a certain problem. God, in your mother's womb, he formed you to be a solution to some situation, to some problem, to some scenario on this earth. That is your identity. It's your purpose. It's your destiny. Hannah, we've talked about her the last few weeks, and she had a destiny not to just be a happy-go-lucky parent who had babies left and right, but she had a different calling. Her calling had to go by way of a road of pain. It had to go by way of a road of barrenness, and her barrenness was not a curse. It was a blessing. How could barrenness be a blessing? It makes no sense. But barrenness can be a blessing when God is behind the barrenness, when God is doing something for the greater good. See, the difference between Hannah's rival Peninnah and her was that Hannah was creating and she was carrying and she was called to birth a prophet to the nations. She was called to have birth to something and somebody that would change the literal course of the nation of Israel. But see, if Hannah would have been able to have Samuel in the beginning with no pain, she wouldn't have been willing to give him up. I want to ask you a question. Would you be willing to give to God the thing, anything in your life, if it easily came? Sometimes it's very hard to make a sacrifice when we don't have to sacrifice to get the thing. We see in Hannah's life, one, that children, they are a gift of God. Two, we see that God is in control of our life and he knows better than we do, but it requires us to passionately pray and pursue God and pursue his plan in our life. Because when we passionately seek after God, when we let him take control, all of a sudden, the thing that we desire comes in the form that he desires it to be in. My prayer since has long changed. I used to pray, Lord, I want this, and Lord, I want that, and Lord, I would like this. But my prayer has changed to say, Lord, I want your will to be done in my life. Because I found out something, what I want, it won't be fruitful. But what God wants for my life, it will be fruitful. And that's what I want to encourage you as we close this Hannah series. I want to encourage you to know that whatever you're asking God for, change your prayer. Say, Lord, I would desire this thing, but only if it's your will. When you begin to focus your focus and change your thoughts to line with God's thoughts, all of a sudden you let the one who is already in control take control. That's my charge to you. Let God take control of your life. God bless you. I'll see you next week.